Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. VET. It's been a while. We're back. We need to talk about Vechain. Now, if you have just happened to come across Vechain, maybe someone has told you about it, and you might be thinking, alright, what's the difference between VET and V4 and all of these things? Well, you've come to the right channel. 10 to 12 minutes, I'm going to show you all the things that I've been researching, I'm up to, and I do talk about Vechain often. It's not as often as some, but I do talk about it often as it is one of those that I believe has extreme potential, not just for this particular bull run, but in general, right? As we go to 2022, 23, 24, and beyond, right? It is that good. When you start to do your research on Vechain, for those of you that are looking at this for the first time, vechain.org, and you can get a really good understanding about everything that this company is all about. From the kind of ecosystem that it's got, its particular blockchain. It's not a token. It is a coin. It is its own blockchain. It works with different organizations all over the world in many different sectors. So it's not just one sector or two sectors. It works in so many different sectors, so diverse and so good. It is so undervalued for what it is today. The fact that we've got 2 meme coins in the top 20 and we don't have this up there with like your Shibas and all that is absolutely mind-blowing. But it goes to show just how early we are. That in 2021, a meme coin is higher than this. This is a 5-star blockchain system. 5-star. Business activities, payment transactions, smart contract execution transactions, financial activities, just to name a few. Just to name a few, right? So we're talking, there is so much scope, so much for you to learn, so much for you to do. It's massive. Now, the white paper is built in an interactive way. So you've got all the little sections here. When you click on those sections, it'll take you directly to that particular part. Now, the best way to digest a white paper is to do it in sections. Don't go and doing the entire thing in one go, right? I mean, you can, of course, if you want to, but I do encourage to break it down into different sections, right? Use cases is really important. Use cases is very important because they start to give you clarity on how this particular blockchain is used. At the moment in 2021, we talk too much about price. That's why people get confused. You know, you look at the price of the project, you're like, hasn't pumped, must not be good. Far from it, right? Good, solid projects will always pump. It may not be as fast as some of the others, but good, solid projects will always succeed in the long term. And I don't know about you, the Serpents, we play the long game. We look for opportunities, we wait, and we play the long game. From startups to enterprises, so much support, so much can be done building on the VET blockchain, and NFTs are going to become a big thing on this particular blockchain. Now, there's a lot of things happening. You know, it's really important to stay up to date with the social media accounts, especially Twitter. There's a lot of events, a lot of speaking, a lot of announcements. So make sure to hit the alarm bell on those things, right? It's really, really important. From price analysis, we will break it down today. You know, what's going on with Vechain, where it's at, you know, like this particular formation that it's currently building, and what are the opportunities coming up? Are we going to get a breakout? How big is going to be the breakout? And what are the key resistance points that we will be hitting along the journey? So quite a bit to do. Now, if you want to build on the leading enterprise tier L1 public blockchain, apply for up to $30,000 in grant money from a $1 million fund. So this got announced yesterday. That's awesome. That is huge. That's a big one, right? And also you can, you know, read up about it, understand a little bit more what's going on and how it works, some of the things that have happened in the past on it. But it would be so cool if you are looking at building. What are you building, right? I want to know in the comments. Like, I'm curious. I'm curious to know what the community is up to, because I know you guys are more than just investors. I know that some of you are developers, some of you are investors, and some of you are working with startups. So I'd love to know, if you were to build on the Vechain blockchain, what would you build? And if you don't feel comfortable messaging in the comments, message me privately, find me. You know, I'm curious. I'm curious to know what you guys are building out there. You know, I'm very blessed to have all of you since February 26th when the channel started. And if there's any way that I can help, support, guide, I'll be more than happy to help, guys. Now, From a charts perspective, this is the kind of formation that we're looking at the moment. These are the kind of trend lines that we're working with, and I'll break it down more and more as we go today around, you know, what's happening, where do we go from here. You know, we are coming up to a very important resistance level. Do we go up? Do we go down? We'll cover that off to make sure that you guys know what's happening. But like I said, the NFT ecosystem will be one to watch out for in 2022. So not just yet, of course, but as people start to get an understanding of the VET NFT ecosystem, it will become quite an important part. Now, I do want to take a few moments to say about one of the channel sponsors, Crypto.com. Crypto.com and I share similar values, you know, as in look after people and build something that is memorable and that lasts. I love the new graphic that they got for Christmas, you know, but fortune does favor the brave. An incredible ecosystem. I don't know if you've ever downloaded the app. 10 million plus users, 200 plus cryptocurrencies at true cost. So when you go to buy, you get it at the true cost. And it is phenomenal what they do. You can get a crypto card as well, right? You got CRO rewards, 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, 8% as well, depending on your tier. And there are extra card benefits as well. And once again, the app is so easy to use. From a staking point of view, you can get up to 14.5% on your crypto. And like I said, for me, it's the simplicity. It's the simplicity, the ethics, and just how this organization is doing all the right things to be here in the long term, right? To be here. They're doing all the right things to look after people, to look after their clientele, to be there for the long term, right? This will be a household name. It's already a household name, but it will be an even bigger household name in 2022. Let's jump into a tiny. Let's have a look at some indicators. As we begin to look at the indicators for Vechain, and we're looking at the moment at 4.78% down. Right? So it's down, you know, quite a bit compared to some of the others. Now, we do have, at the moment, at the time of making this, we got XRP at 8.35% up for the day. And we covered off yesterday that it did break away from the trend line, the bearish trend line from Bitcoin. So it's good to see that happening. But when we are talking about VET versus USDT at the moment, we're sitting at 88 cents. 4.75% down at the time of making this. Now, on the daily, the MACD has actually turned bullish. So while you might be confused going, oh, hang on a minute, like we're 4.77% down, you can see that it has actually turned into a bullish cycle. The RSI is sitting right at the moment of oversold. Now, last time we had a MACD bullish for VET was technically 11th of November. So this is a big deal that this is coming up now. It is showtime. It is really time. Like, we need to now start to see this thing move because, you know, it has been consolidating and going down for so long now. On the hourly, you can see it, of course, because of the 5% down, it is down. Of course, that's meant to be. On the 4 hour, the 4 hour is bearish as well. But then when you look at the 12 hour, it is bullish. And when you look at the daily, it's bullish. So not too far. Patience. But from a signals perspective, it's looking positive now. Now, from here, we could see this as a particular first step, right? So take profit 1, if you are looking for just some short-term gains, you know, could be anywhere between 10.5 and 11 cents, 11.5. And then take profit 2 would be around 14, 15 cents. But major resistance will be at 15. So 15 and consolidating above 15, that will be really important. Even 16, right? So between 15.5 and 16.5 will be that major resistance. Consolidating above that, and then we start to move into the 30s, and we'll move pretty quickly once we get going. But we're looking at this particular pattern at the moment, and then we'll start to break out and start to make our journey towards the dollar. Can we get to $1 from here? Yes. And like I said, a good project with strong fundamentals, great technology, all of these things, it is just a matter of time until it starts to go. It's just a matter of time. We saw it with CRO, people thought in April, it ended up being November. So patience, but when you hold something good, eventually time catches up. So the price will catch up to the value. At the moment, undervalued. Undervalued is a good thing. Because I know you. Even when it starts to move, you still question it, right? So do your research. Don't waste too much time. You don't have too much time left. because when this starts to go, it will go very, very, very fast. Now, if you did learn something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.